Hey guys, it's Ashley. Hey Google, turn off my fan.
What's the value?
What?
What's the value?
Stop! Hey guys, it's me Ashley and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you'll stay, and if you are returning, thank you so much. I love you. In this video I will be ranking all of the books that I have read thus far in 2024. I have read 45 books so far this year. Let's get a round of applause for that. I'm actually extremely proud of myself that I've read 45 books this year. I'm not gonna talk too much. Let's just get right into this video. It's a pretty self-explanatory video. So first we are going to go through all of the tier ranking names. So the first one is Bury Me With This Book, which is, I feel like this is very self-explanatory. I just want to be buried with this book. I just feel like this book is so perfect. I will not take any complaints or criticism about any of these books at all. Argue with your mama, not me. The second tier rank is I Think of You Often, which are books that they could be 5 stars, but I don't want to be buried with them, but like they're really good books. I just find myself reflecting on it regularly. Next tier rank is I Def Recommend, which are books that I thoroughly enjoyed and I would recommend to somebody. It's not a 5 star, but I feel like it's a story that people should read. Next tier is Who Are You Again, which is, I could not tell you a single thing about this book. I read it, but I can't tell you the character names. I can't tell you the plot. I can't tell you any of the conflict that happened. I don't know what to tell you, man. And the last tier rank we have is Delete This From My Memory Expeditiously. These books are books that I wish I never read in the first place, and I wish that I could just delete it from my brain, but it's stuck in my brain forever, and I just wish I never picked it up. So yeah, let's get to ranking these books. Hiya, it's Ashley. So in this video I accidentally put The Devil Wears Black twice, like in the little like photo bank thing. That was my accident. If you see that, just don't mind it. I just, my little pea brain just didn't really look. So yeah, don't mind that. Okay, bye. Enjoy the video. So the first book on this list is The Devil Wears Black by LJ Shin. I gave this book a 4 stars. I'd put this in the I Def Recommend pile or tier because I definitely would recommend this book. Second chance romance type book. I loved it. I love the tropes in it. I do not think about it. I have not thought about it since I put it down, and I definitely wouldn't want to be buried with it because it's not like a life-changing book for me, but like, yeah. Next book we have is Almost There by, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but where would I put this? It is the twisted version of The Princess and the Frog story. I think I'd probably put it in Who Are You Again because I really don't remember all that happened, and I don't think I really liked it that much because I loved The Princess and the Frog so much, and it was just completely different than what it was. Also, I do remember that I felt like the ending of this book was kind of rushed, and I kind of really didn't like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it on Who Are You Again. Next we have Heartstopper. I know up here it looks like I have 42 books, but I didn't want to put the whole series of Heartstopper, so I just put, you know, the first book, and I am going to put this at I Think of You Often. I love Charlie and Nick with all of my heart. I think of them all the time. I am literally going to rewatch Heartstopper. Oh my gosh, speaking of Heartstopper, have you guys like watched Young Royals on Netflix? I really want you guys to go and watch that. I absolutely love that show with all of my heart, and I need to rewatch that as well. There's a bunch of shows that I need to rewatch. I'm kind of living for it. Next book we have is Icebreaker. So where am I going to put Icebreaker? Icebreaker is a sports romance. Anastasia, she is a figure skater, ice skater, whatever, and Nate is a hockey player. I might put this one in because I don't think of it often. I'm not even gonna hold you, so I'm gonna put it in I def recommend, because I would recommend this book. It's a very fun read. Next we have Corduroy. Corduroy is about this little stuffed bear. I have one. Corduroy is about this little stuffed bear who literally just wants to find a home, and also he's missing a button, so he wants to try and find his button. I read this for a school project that I did, and yeah, it was literally my favorite book as a child. I'd put this in I def recommend, because I would definitely recommend this book for your little siblings, your children. It's a fun story. Next book we have is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. This book, I actually watched the movie Love, Simon before I read the book. And I also seen the spin-off show Love, Victor. Absolutely loved both of those. I'm going to put this in I'd def recommend, because I really don't think of this book that much. I really don't. But I think it's a very good story. You should read the book, watch the movies, watch the TV show. I love it. Next we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Bury me with this book. I loved this book with everything in me. I read it in one sitting. Literally, I was about to go to sleep, and then I was like, you know what? I want to read. Picked up this book, did not go to sleep that night. The storyline is so freaking good. I love Pip. I love Ravi. I just loved it. And then when I thought that everything was figured out and over, something else happened, and I was like, babe. Anyways, I need to finish the rest of the series, but I'll probably do that for another video. But yes, bury me with this book, one of my favorites. Also, I watched the show on Netflix. I was so confused when they started talking and they were British. I was so confused. The book was better. That's all I gotta say. The book was better. Next, we have The Darkest Temptation. My friend actually recommended this book to me. She wanted me to buddy read it with her, but she ended up reading it faster than me because honestly, I wasn't very interested in it, and I could not tell you the plot of this book at all, so we are going to put it at Who You Are Again. The only thing, or Who Are You Again? The only thing that I remember is that he called the female character Kitten, but it was in like Russian, so it was like Kitionak or something. I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, it was in Russian, but when you know that he's calling her Kitten, it's weird. What's up with the main male characters calling the female main characters Kitten? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't call it. I don't like it. Just call her babe. Call her baby. Call her hun. Call her love. Like, I don't like Kitten at all. I freaking hate it. Next, we have Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I will never shut up about this book. Inject this book into my veins. Tattoo the whole entire book on my entire body. I love this book with everything in me. It just literally reignited my love for reading. I could not thank this book enough for my reading addiction. I love this book with everything in me. I freaking love Roman Carver Kit. Oh my god. Don't even get me riled up right now. Don't even get me riled up right now. Bury me with this book. 6-star read. Absolutely freaking love it. Next, we have The Naturals. This is basically like Criminal Minds, but with teenagers. And I'm going to put this in I Think of You Often. I cannot wait to get to the rest of the series. I actually need to buy the rest of the books because I only have The Naturals like in the physical copy. So I need to buy the rest of the books. I'm really excited to continue. When people were describing it as Criminal Minds with teenagers, I was absolutely sold because I love Criminal Minds. Love Criminal Minds. I watched it for the plot. The plot. Anyways, next book we have is If He Had Been With Me, and this book had me crying. I'm putting it in I Think of You Often. This book had me absolutely crying. Just when I thought I was going to be happy, my heart was ripped out. I was so upset. And I have the second book, And apparently it's from like 3 different perspectives. So it's from Finn's perspective, Autumn's perspective, and I think Finn's best friend's perspective. I'm pretty sure. I'm really scared to get into it because you get to see what happened through Finn's perspective, and I don't think that I am mentally ready for that. Now, these next 5 books are a part of like a little like mini series. So Worst Wingman Ever, I'm going to put in Who Are You Again because I really don't remember. Rosie and the Dreamboat, I'm actually going to put this and delete this from my memory expeditiously because I remember absolutely hating this book. Okay, so I remember the female main character was at a spa with her sister, and then she got put into a sensory deprivation tank, and then she ended up getting stuck. And because she got stuck, they had to call like the firefighters to try and get her out. And one of the firefighters ends up like talking to her, and I don't know, he just was talking to her like she was a child, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It gave me the ick. I didn't like it at all. Drop, Cover, and Hold, I don't remember what this is about at all. With Any Luck, don't remember that at all. And the exception to the rule, I'd definitely recommend that one if I'm not mistaken. Actually, let me look at that because one of these are like take place through like emails. Yes, this boy and this girl connect by chance through email on Valentine's Day, and every single year on Valentine's Day they end up sending an email out to one another. I just thought it was cute. I thought it was a really cute concept, and if there are any more books like this, I kind of want to read it. Like, if you guys know any more books that are like this in like email format, I guess you could say, send them my way because I thought this was really cute. Next book is Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry. I'd definitely recommend this book. I thought it was a really cute love story, and also I really would love a second book to this series to see like what would happen in like their college years, I guess. They're really cute. They're really cute. So the premise of this book, this girl, she writes down everything. Like, she writes down like all her feelings, anything that's ever happened in her life. She writes it down in this notebook, and one day her notebook just vanishes, and she thinks that this dude might have taken it, but he doesn't have it. So who the heck has her notebook? Yeah, I just thought this was really cute. I loved it. Once Upon a Broken Heart, I think of you often. I love this book so much. I have not continued with the series because tell me why nobody told me that it would be best to read the Caraval series before reading the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Nobody told me anything, and I did not figure this out until after I read this book. So now I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, should I just stop reading this book and start the Caraval series and then come back? Or should I just continue reading through this series? But I think I might just have to go back and read through the Caraval series and then just move back to this. It kind of makes me really mad that this has happened. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Okay, next book that we have is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. This is a little Japanese literature. I love Japanese literature. I have actually the whole series as of right now, and I think there's another one coming out pretty soon, I think. So I actually really need to get through the rest of the series because I've only read the first book. I'm gonna put this in I Think of You Often because this book had me bawling my eyes out every single chapter. I'm not even gonna hold you. Premise behind this book is if you sit in a specific spot in this coffee shop, you can time travel as long as you get back before your coffee turns cold, or else you're literally gonna like risk the chance of like being like stuck in time, or you're gonna die. Either one of those. But yeah, I thought it was a really cool concept, and the stories in here, I'd recommend that you treat like each chapter as like episodes. So like you read one chapter and then come back to it later, because I read this all in one sitting, and when I tell you I was not okay, I was not okay. I was crying my eyes out The next book we have is The 7-Year Slip, and I am going to put this in I'd def recommend. So basically, this girl, she inherits this apartment from her aunt, and you can literally time travel. Like, it can literally make you go 7 years in the past and 7 years in the future. So she goes into this apartment to see this man in this apartment. She's like, excuse me, like, who are you? Like, who are you? Turns out he was from 7 years in the past, and she was in 7 years in the future. So yeah, I think this is a really cool fall read. I would definitely reread this book in the fall. I'm so excited for fall to start. I have some really cool videos planned for you guys. So yeah, just stay tuned. I'm actually really excited for the fall time. Oh my gosh. Next, we have Never Lie by Frida McFadden. Ooh, it's in between. Actually, no. It's I Think of You Often, because I would not want to be buried with this book, but I think about this book often. The plot twist in this, the plot twist just gets me. Like, I don't like Frida McFadden's plot twist. I've only read 2 Frida McFadden books, and the plot twist in both of them just got me, smacked me in my face. Next, we have A Court of Thorns and Roses. I don't remember exactly what I rated this, but I think I'm going to put it in A Court of Thorns and Roses, because what? I think I'm gonna put this in the I def recommend tier, because I have not thought about it since I put the book down. Don't want to be buried with it, but I know what happens in the story. I know what happens in the story, and I don't want to delete this book from my memory. So I'm going to put it in the middle, which is I def recommend, because I would definitely recommend this book. I'm just scared to finish the series. Next, we have Gothicana by Rune X. I don't know. I do not think of this book often. Would I recommend this book? For the dark academia, dark romance girlies, I would definitely recommend this book. So I think we're just gonna put it there, because I remember everything in this story. Honestly, it was not my cup of tea, but it very well could be somebody else's. Next, we have The Last Word by Taylor Adams, and we're gonna put this in I Think of You Often. This book, I was literally reading it in the dark in my room. I had to get up, go into the living room, turn on all the lights just to finish this book. I was so freaked out by it. And also knowing that there was a dog in this book actually like made me so scared, and literally this book was making me have heart palpitations. I love when a thriller is able to do that for me. Like, just give me heart palpitations. I love that. I love that. Next, we have Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. I'm going to put this in I'd def recommend. It's a very cute book. Not one of my favorites from Lynn Painter, but I definitely did like this book, and I would definitely recommend this to somebody. Next, we have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, and I'm going to put this and bury me with this book. I love this book with all of my heart. Literally, I've only read 2 Lynn Painter books, and Better Than the Movies is my absolute favorite. It's something about Lynn Painter's YA books that just literally has me in a chokehold. I love this book more than anything ever. Oh my gosh. Next, we have Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling. We're going to put this in I Think of You Often. I love this book. Literally, me and Delilah are literally like the same person. I love this book. I love Reggie, love Delilah, love their love story. I love this book. Next, we have Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I'm putting this, bury me with this book. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love Alex and Henry. They're just my favorite ever. Oh my gosh. Enemies to Lovers. Absolutely freaking love this book. One of my all-time favorites. I will accept no criticism on this book at all. One of the best romance novels I've ever read. I will never take any criticisms on this book. It's my favorite. And if I hear anybody talking bad about this book, I'm plugging my ears and going la 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 la, because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. Next we have You Drive Me Crazy, and I'm gonna put this in I def recommend. I thought it was a really cute love story, like enemies to friends to lovers type plot. And if you guys ever want to know what like any of these books are about, like in depth, I have videos about these books where I'm explaining what these books are about. I'll like put them in the iCard. I'll put them in the iCard where I explain basically what these books are about, because I'm pretty sure I've talked about every single one of these books, give or take a couple of them, because I wasn't making videos at the time. But most of these books I have talked about, especially on my TikTok. Follow my TikTok. It'll be down in the description. Next book we have is If Cats Disappeared from the World. I'm gonna put this in I Think of You Often because this book was so sad. And did y'all hear those sirens? Because I heard them. I think about this book a lot. Next we have My Life with the Walter Boys. I definitely recommend this book if you were like 12, 14. I definitely would recommend this book if you're like a teenager, because I'm pretty sure this book literally was a story on Wattpad and then was made into a show on Netflix. I have yet to finish the show. I started it and then I got really bored because honestly I was getting so annoyed. I was getting annoyed by them in the book, and just I was also just very annoyed by them in the show as well. So I definitely recommend this book, but if you're like in middle school, that's literally who I'm only recommending this book to. I'm being so honest with you. Next we have The Idea of You. Delete this from my memory expeditiously. Absolutely hated this book. Hated it. I can't explain this enough how much I really just don't like this book. Like it's an age gap romance. I don't have a problem with the age gap romance. It's just she made it weird. They made it weird. Really weird. I did watch the movie though. I did watch the movie. I'm not gonna lie. The movie was actually really good. It had a way better ending. Because the ending in this one is kind of sad. But the ending in the movie gives you hope. It gives you hope. It gives you hope that things do work out in the end sometimes. But yeah, the movie was really good. The book, not my cup of tea. I know a lot of people have liked this book. I'm just not one of those people. So yes, delete this from my memory expeditiously. Next we have Wildfire. I'm going to be putting this in I Think of You. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put it in I Think of You Often because I liked it way better than Icebreaker. I just love Russ and Aurora so much. I just feel like how their like chemistry was built, I don't know, I just feel like their like relationship was built better than Nate and Cassie's. I mean, Nate and Cassie? What? Maybe I need to watch Euphoria. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's what I need to do. Okay. I just feel like Russ and Aurora's like relationship was kind of, I don't know, I just felt like it was kind of built better than Anastasia and Nate's was. I just thought the plot was also a lot better too. Next we have Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'm gonna put this and Bury Me with this book because I love this book with absolutely everything in me. It absolutely broke my heart. She really played with my feelings in this book. She really did. Next we have Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, and I'm going to put this in, delete this from my memory expeditiously because this story, okay, so she is dating this boy and he's honestly a piece of crap. Then she proceeds to start dating his dad. I really want to say something, but I don't want to spoil it. You know, I'm going to say it anyways. I don't care. So at the end of the book, they end up getting married. I don't remember exactly how old this man is, but by the time they're married, they have a kid. and have another on the way, and I think he's like in his 50s by that time. I just thought it was really weird. I just thought it was weird because he was treating her like a child, but then also pursuing her. So I'm just kind of, I just didn't understand at all. Next we have Billy Summers by Stephen King, and we're gonna put this in I Think of You Often. That was my first ever Stephen King book, and I really enjoyed this book. It had me crying in some parts, had me laughing in some parts. This book is the reason why one of my TikToks on my Booktok account literally got almost 150k views and like almost 30k likes. If you know, you know. Go to my Booktok account if you want to see. I have it pinned. But this book is the whole reason why that video got so many views and likes, and it was just that one scene. It was just that one scene. But loved Billy Summers. Yeah, I think about this book a lot. I think about this book a lot, and I would really like to get into more Stephen King. Next, we have The Coworker by Frida McFadden. We're going to put this in I Think of You Often because I really do think of this often. The plot twist in the end actually got me. There's this one part, there's a dead body found, and they thought it was one of the coworkers, but it ended up not being the coworker. So we were like, who the heck, whose body is that? And then you find out whose body it is, and it's like, excuse me? I think I low-key kind of spoiled that a little bit. My bad. Just forget I ever said that. Just forget I ever said that. Then we have Butcher and Blackbird. I rated this book a 3-star, but I'm gonna be so honest with you. I think I was like low-key in a reading slump. I really don't remember anything that happened. Not even gonna hold you. Don't remember anything that happened besides the ice cream thing and the accidental cannibalism. Yes, you heard that right. Accidental cannibalism. Yes, that's what I said. That's what I said. And it's in this book. Next, we have Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I actually don't know where I would put this book. It's a twisted spin-off of Peter Pan. Do I remember most of the plot? No. I do remember I did not like Hook. This series is basically different versions or like twisted versions of different fairy tales where the bad guy gets the girl in the end. And I felt like in this book, if the bad guy is going to get the girl in the end, it would just make, I feel like you should make the bad guy a little more likable. But honestly, I really did not like him at all. It was not my cup of tea, but I do know a lot of people did like this book. So I think I'm going to put it in I def recommend because I do remember some of the plot, but I mean, it wasn't for me, but maybe it'll be for you. Next we have But He's My Grumpy Neighbor, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I think about this book a lot. I thought it was the sweetest romance in the world, and I want to finish the rest of the series. It's Grumpy Sunshine, as you can tell from the title, But He's My Grumpy Neighbor, and I just thought it was the cutest thing ever. Then, last book is this little novella, Powerful by Lauren Roberts. It is the novella to Powerless, and I think of this book often. Thought about it every single day since I put it down, since I finished it, because if you guys know the plot of Powerless, this is basically the same plot, but it's through Peyton's best friend's Adina's perspective, and seeing the same story through her perspective really just hurt me. It hurt me to my core. I was in shambles. So guys, here's my little tier list. Let me know if you would place these books anywhere else. Like if you have read these books and you think I put a book in like a wrong like tier, let me know. But honestly, I feel like this is pretty accurate for me. Argue with your mother, not me. If one of your favorite books is in this tier list and you feel like I put it down, they're my opinions. You can love this book all you want, but you know, that's the beauty of reading books. Not everybody is going to like everything, and there are just some books that just really didn't hit the spot for me, but they may have for you. So yeah, that's kind of like the beauty of it all. Having differing opinions. That was it for this video. It's pretty simple. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your family or friends. Or not. Like, I'm not forcing you to do anything, but it would kind of be nice if you could do that, maybe. Please. All right, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.